Welcome to homework day 3. Our focus today is going to be on solving equations that are in factored form. Okay, so that's where we have the parentheses. And this is the key thing that you need to know before we start. Okay, you cannot move anything within the parentheses until the number being multiplied by the parentheses isn't taken care of. Okay, so this is kind of like PEMDAS, where you have to get rid of or simplify the parentheses before the parentheses can disappear. Okay, so my recommendation is that we first draw a box around the portion of the equation that requires distributing. Then, of course, we want to distribute and write down or copy down whatever else is left. So if there were other pieces to the equation, we want to make sure we carry those down. We always want to combine like terms whenever possible. Solve, and absolutely you want to check so you can guarantee yourself 100. Okay, so if we start with our first example here, this one only has distributing. Okay, this is factored form where the GCF or the factor has been pulled outside, and then we have the rest of the expression inside. Okay, so this is what I'd like to distribute. I'm going to set up my box. 1/6 on the side, and then z plus 1 up top. 1/6 times z is 1/6 z, and 1/6 times positive 1 is positive 1/6. Okay, so now we're going to copy that down. We're going to replace the first box with this new box, so we get 1/6 z plus 1/6 equals 6. Okay, at this point, we want to draw our river. And we want to take care of the addition and subtraction first. Okay, so we want to leave the z term alone, the algebraic term, and we want to subtract this 1/6. Okay, I'm going to write it over here just because I know we're going to need common denominators. Okay, so right now, this is really a 6/1. But I want this 1 to have a common denominator with a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply top and bottom by 6. Okay, and I end up getting 1/6 z on the left-hand side. And then over here, this is a 36/6 minus 1/6, which gives us 35/6. Okay. Now there's a couple ways to think about this. Okay, but we know that when there's a fraction in the coefficient, okay, or we're multiplying by the fraction, the opposite is to divide by the fraction, and we want to keep change flip. Okay, so we want to flip that over and multiply. Flip it over and multiply. And what's nice here is that these cross cancel. These cancel. We get z equals 35/1, which is 35. Okay, so that's our solution. And now we're going to spend a moment checking. Okay, we always want to rewrite the original. 1/6 z plus 1 equals 6. Now we're going to substitute in our answer. So we have 1/6 times the quantity, 35 plus 1 equals 6. PEMDAS tells us to take care of parentheses first, so 35 plus 1 is 36. Okay, and then 1/6 of 36 means you're really just dividing 36 by 6. We get 6 equals 6, so it checks. Finish writing down your check and jot down any questions you have and flip to the next page. We'll try a few more. Okay, this one we have decimals. We also have this constant term, this +2, that's not involved in the distributive property. Okay, it's outside of the parentheses. It's not being multiplied. So we want to take care of this first, and then we'll end up combining it with that +2. Okay, so I'm going to draw my box. (1.5) times w is 1.5 w, and 1.5 times 2 is going to be a +3. Okay, so I'm going to replace this original box with a new box. 1.5w plus 3, bring down the +2 as well as the equals 8. and we're good to go. I'm going to draw my river, and the first thing I want to take care of is combining these constants. So I get 1.5w plus 5 equals 8. We want to leave the w term alone, so we want to take care of this addition first, the opposite of adding 5. So subtract 5. I get 1.5w equals 3. Divide by 1.5. 1.5 goes into 3 2 times. So that's our solution, and as always we want to check. I'm going to rewrite my original. And plug in my answer. So I have 1.5 times the quantity 2 plus 2, and then an extra plus 2 outside of those parentheses. PEMDAS says to do parentheses first, so I get 2 plus 2, which is 4. Carry down everything that's left. Okay, and recognize that this is still multiplication. 1.5 times 4 is 6, plus 2 certainly is 8. So that checks. Finish jotting down your notes, and we'll move on. Okay, this one can be tricky because, again, we're only distributing part of it, and you need to recognize that this positive or this plus belongs to that 5. Okay, and similarly, if that was a subtraction sign or a negative sign, then you would have to distribute the negative throughout the entire parentheses. So be very careful that the sign in front belongs to whatever that value is. Okay, so I'm going to set up my box. Five times 2 is 10. 5 times negative x is negative 5x. Okay, and I'm going to copy down everything that was in the original, replacing the first box with the second box. So I get 2x positive 10 minus 5x equals 40. Okay, now just like the last one, combining like terms is what needs to happen first. So I have 2x minus 5x, or 2x plus negative 5x. Okay, that leaves us with a negative 3x plus 10 equals 40. Subtract 10 from both sides, because again, you want to take care of that addition and subtraction first, leaving the x term alone. We're going to copy down the negative 3x. 40 minus 10 is 30. And then right here we have multiplication. This is negative 3 times x. The opposite of multiplying by negative 3 is to divide by negative 3. Okay, remember your peace sign chart. Okay, a positive divided by a negative leaves you with a negative, and 30 divided by 3 is 10. Okay, so our solution is x equals negative 10, and our final step is to check. So we write down our original. And we substitute in our answer. So anytime we see an x, we're going to change it to a negative 10. And this is unique because that's happening twice. There's two x's here. So we have 2 times negative 10 plus 5 times the quantity 2 minus negative 10. Be very careful there. A lot of people forget that second negative, or that second subtraction sign. Okay, we should take care of PEMDAS. Okay, parentheses first. Okay, we need to recognize that this is an opportunity for keep, change, change. Okay, so you keep the 2, change to addition, change to a positive, which makes our life a lot easier. That's 2 plus 10, which is 12. So we have 2 times negative 10 plus 5 times 12 equals 40. 2 times negative 10 is negative 20, and 5 times 12 is positive 60. Okay, and then this right here is different sign difference. Okay, one's positive, one's negative. The difference between 20 and 60 is 40, and the positives are going to win. So 40 equals 40, and it checks. Okay, those are the 3 examples I wanted to go through with you. You now have 4 practice problems. okay, on the next 2 pages, and I do want you to practice checking. Jot down any questions you have or any places where you had a little bit of trouble, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. See you next time.